this would.
You didn't kind of fucking feed me bullshit.
We don't run about the house chasing haggises before guts. Trust me. And we're live. We've been live for about 10 seconds, so we're swearing daily. Good evening, folks. Thanks for coming in. We hope you're all enjoying the mixed up weather. It's been raining in Scotland for months. You know, hopefully it's over. Tonight we have a double guest live for you, and these two people have never met before. So who knows what's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen. We're just going to chat. We don't have a topic or subject. Well, I better introduce you to them. Eh? That'd be an idea. So we've got the founder and director of K2 Paranormal Research.
Oh, that's me.
Host of the Cemetery Files, Kelly. Now, I might get your second name wrong, but if I do, Shaffer.
Shaffer.
I told
Easy
you.
way.
Although
my clan Scottish name is Conan. Conan. I'm part of the Gordon clan.
Conan means something else in Scotland. But we won't get into that. We won't get
we're starting the bullshit already. Okay, got it.
And I apologise for Kelly's mind. And we'll get Lee as well. He's from Boo Brothers. Sorry, Lee.
I don't have a Scottish clan name.
I usually loan out to a lovely guest as Nina as always. Good evening, Gaffer. That's our Laura. Laura's one of our crew, as we say. So you got a Scottish clan name of Conan.
Conan. Yep, I'm a step of the Gordon clan.
And Lee's got nothing.
Nope.
No. It's boring.
He's boring.
It's the same as you get these people with middle names and stuff. What's your middle name? I don't have one because we couldn't afford a middle name. I don't have a middle name, so it's just like Scott and then Matt. That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
I've always wanted to invent an exotic middle name for myself.
Like
Germantrude or something like that. Just something, because people say you got a middle name, you say no, get stuff. We couldn't afford it. Anyway, just a quick hello. I think Laura's having an early night because she's away on holiday. No, she's not away on holiday tomorrow. It's the next day she's going away on holiday. But anyway.
Okay, so where are we going here? Where are we going?
I've got no idea.
The crazy train is where we're going.
Laura's got a fancy name. She's got 4 names. Look,
oh, wow.
Laura, Jane, Brown.
I had 4 at one point. Then I divorced his ass.
And Facebook user. So, well, ladies first. Who is Kelly Shaffer?
Let's see here. I was born on a cold January morning. No, evening. Cold January evening. In Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And then sometime around 2010, I decided that I wanted to go hunt ghosts. And got addicted to it. So I formed my own team. And it progressed from there and just started exploding in 2022 when I moved to Tennessee. So.
Tennessee. You ever been to Memphis?
Yes, I was just to Memphis 2 weeks ago on my motorcycle. That was my first overnight trip on my bike was to Memphis.
Whenever I talk to somebody from Tennessee, I say I'm a major Elvis fan, and I
love Elvis. But I was a secret Elvis lover until the movie came out, and then I came out of the closet. And yeah, I love Elvis.
You were a secret Elvis fan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, secret Elvis fan.
So did you go to Graceland? I mean, yes.
No. I no. Graceland is too expensive to go through. It was $90 to go through the door. I'm like, no.
£60 in our money or something, probably. 60, 70 pounds.
They didn't pay for graves or something. I don't know. I wanted to see all the graves that are out there.
I'd love to go.
Can I pay $5 just to go see the graves? I should have asked them that.
I would pay it. I would definitely pay it. So, Lee.
No, I live about 45 minutes above Nashville.
Nashville.
The home and country music.
Home and country music. A lot of different things. Yeah. I love it.
So, who's the Boo Brothers, Lee?
Okay, well, I'm one of 4 of the team, obviously paranormal investigators. Just outside of Manchester, we're based. So, north, not quite as north as you, Scott, but we are up in the cold area of the Pennines. But yeah, no, we're a lot of investigations. There's 4 of us in the team. So due to obviously other reasons, there's only me here tonight.
That's all right.
Work commitments.
That's all right. We won't judge the others in your team. It's fine. Whatever.
As long as they sent the best one.
No, I've got to be the worst.
All right.
So you're the worst one in the team.
Yeah, why not? I'll vote myself as the worst one in the team.
There's got to be one. Kelly, whoever your team is, a one worst one in your team.
I'm just gonna have to say the lead investigator, my resident skeptic, only because he's my friend and I can do that.
But it's good to be skeptic, but
He is the resident skeptic. Yeah.
but do you find that
He doesn't. He believes. Well, he's a skeptical believer in the paranormal, and he's not experienced anything paranormal yet. And then he did pick up my dowsing rods at one point and had a little bit of a session. He went, "That's really weird. I can't explain that." And I'm like, "I know you can't." So I told him that when he finally does see something paranormal, I want to have a camera on him because I'm going to be gaping open for the next 5 minutes. And his mind's going to go.
as it's good that will be you lead you very skeptics.
What about my skeptics? Oh, you're skeptics.
We I sit on the fence. I try and debunk everything. The whole team do, really. That's the main thing for us. So we'll go out, investigate, and we'll see what we get. There's places we've been, like we were saying before, where you get absolutely squat, nothing, but like I say, I'd rather have that than fake something. That's one thing I'd never do, fake anything. So.
The other day I was doing a sound edit for a demonstration, and I had to cut a small portion out of it that was just chit chat that nobody really needed to hear. And I felt dirty doing it because I was altering evidence, even though it was a good cause.
I got a clip sent to me. I'm not going to name whatever. I got a clip sent to me by one of our friends. That he'd seen on somebody else's page, and they were in this other page. They were in a hotel room, and the door closed slightly, shall we say. Person says, I was the only one in the room, and the door just shut over. But you can see clearly that the audio's been removed, the video's been edited. It was Sarah McCarthy that noticed the video been edited. But when you're watching the video, it's a wooden floor. You can see a shadow on the floor of somebody moving about, and then you can see there's a bed on the other side of the door. You can see a hand coming and moving a pillow. So it clearly shows 2 people in that room. One hand and the other one a shadow. And it's when they put stuff like this up and people comment on it, oh, that's amazing. Well done on that.
It's going down the route of all these TikToks, you see,
Oh, yeah.
These TikToks where my house is haunted, and Next thing, oh, I'll ask this ghost to do something, I'll ask this spirit to do something. And the next thing, it happens on command. And it's like, what, every day on TikTok it happens. You know, I'm a bit, some of them, I don't know how they've got it.
I had an owner where I was doing a private residence, and she said I was debunking the activity in her backyard where they said that they had an entity that came into the backyard and stared at her through the back window. And I said, "Are you sure it wasn't one of the homeless people that I've seen around the area getting into your backyard?" She goes, "Oh no, my dogs would never let anybody into the backyard ever." And I looked at her and I go, "I'm standing out here with your dogs, and your dogs don't know me." So debunked. It might be a homeless person.
Yeah.
It's got to the, I think he's been on this for a while. Well, in Scotland anyway, where it's just got to the silly stage, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got an American team and an Australian team as well, and Jennifer, the American team, she's much the same opinion as us. It's just getting out of hand. I mean, some of the people up here, you think, how can you tie your own shoelaces? You know. Who dresses you in the morning? And there was one individual from Edinburgh. I'm not going to name him, but he done several things. But the most stupidest thing I've ever seen him do, he was hunting for a Yeti, Bigfoot, in a park in Edinburgh, a public park, not a forest.
In Edinburgh.
In Edinburgh. This was a public park with, you know, lampposts and running through it and stuff. And he was in there hunting for Bigfoot, and he was I was doing it, it nailed me. It really did. You know, one of the you can't breathe for laughing. You know, he was in this park and he's got two sticks and he's in the bushes and he's hitting the two sticks together and he's going, ow, ow. Is this the same the mating sound of Bigfoot?
But did he get footage of Bigfoot? That is the question.
No.
She's crying. She's gone.
Find it now.
I'm not crying yet.
It's introduction.
I just have that whole picture playing through my head.
He's a grown man, for God's sake. You know, I'm talking about a man maybe in his 40s. And the other thing was he set his camera up and he was doing his introduction, you know. But the way he set his camera up, he didn't have a head. You know, he'd set the camera too low or he'd stand too far, you know, because he was annoyed because he was up to there on him. And he says, Bigfoot has been reported here, and he comes out at night, and what he does is he picks up the scraps.
It's Lee! Lee's making me laugh!
I'm saying that, you know, that's...
He's over there just snickering, and it's like, oh my God.
And I'm glad I could, you know. The hitting the sticks together was, you know, just I was ending. And the thing is, he was a Scotsman, but
Oh God.
common
You still got the
Scotsman.
video?
I can try and find it for you. It's certainly he done another investigation in Woods, and it calls it the Devil's Woods or something like that in Edinburgh. And he says he was getting chased by, this is the middle of the night, he was getting chased by devil worshippers. Now this guy was carrying a big flashlight, would light up the space shuttle, you know, and he's hiding in bushes with this light on, saying, I can hear them, they're nearby, they're hunting for me. Now if you're getting hunted down in the middle of the night in the forest, don't keep your big flashlight on, you know. And then he started running all of a sudden, You know, it was like the 80s, we started running, and then the video cut.
Right.
He came back on, he's like, I'm safe, I'm alive, which was quite obvious he was alive. But, you know, and they never caught me. And people were caught me. I'm so glad you're safe. I was running, you know. Oh my God, seriously, you know. But it's monkeys like that give us a bad name. What do you think?
That's it. That's going down the same route in it. TikTok, things like that. You know, like we were saying, you know, people faking.
They're just doing it for attention. That's the whole thing. If we stopped watching, they would stop doing it. But you can't stop watching because you think that it's going to be real at some point. I'm not even on TikTok anymore, so.
I like watching it because it's so stupid.
Uh-huh.
You know, it makes me feel normal. You know,
That's a new way to look at it. Then again, do we really want to feel normal?
It's when they go out, no disrespect to them, it is their thing, but it's when they go out all dressed up with the bulletproof jackets and that one. I've never seen a spirit carrying a gun.
Well, the tactical vests have all these really cool pockets on them and stuff. So I actually want one because of all the pockets on it. But
and they go all
I'd actually like the guy that wears it really well. That would be really nice.
I'm not even going to bother buying one of them.
Yeah, we're just not even going to go down that path.
It's when they wear them, but they don't keep anything in the pockets. They're empty.
Yeah, most of the time they are, aren't they?
See what's in your pockets? Nothing. I'm just wearing it because it makes me look good.
Someone's dog.
Yeah, my dog, and I don't know what she's barking at.
And then, as we were saying before we came on, then we go into the demonic thing. You know, everything's a demon, Satan, blah blah blah. He's always about, you know.
Yeah. I really have a hard time believing in Satan because it was developed by the Christian faith. So I just have a hard time believing in him.
I mean,
he was developed to punish people that weren't towing the Christian line.
If you don't behave, you're going down to the bad side.
Exactly, and that's exactly why he was created. So I have a hard time. I do believe in demons, but when it comes to Satan, I really don't know anything about that. I'm not. It's a created character.
It's just how often the word demonic and demon is used in the paranormal. You know, and as I was saying earlier on about skeptics, you need to be skeptic on. You need to be a skeptic in the paranormal because not everything is paranormal, as we know. You know, 98, 99% can be explained naturally. You know,
right?
Whether it's a cat can buy somebody farting or whatever. You know, 1% is actually paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be skeptical because there is too, and no doubt you have seen it as well, and I've said it many times, you got all these teams, you go investigate, they hear it, that's paranormal. Did you hear that? I heard that, that's paranormal. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it was near somebody closing the door.
It's only paranormal if you've exhausted all avenues to explain it. So you do have to be skeptical because you have to be able to say, oh, that could be this, that could be that, and prove that it is or is not. And a lot of investigators don't follow a scientific procedure. They just go out there and they're not in it for the data and the evidence collecting. They're more into it to see things that are beyond this world, to scare themselves.
Yeah. We're quite a basic team. We're not kind of a technical team. You get these teams that are, they spend thousands on tech, and that's their thing. Fair enough. we prefer just to try and be basic. Because at the end of the day, a spirit doesn't care if you've got a £5 camera or a 30-pence ping pong ball. Well, it's not a case of, right, I'm going to go and talk to him because he's got a big camera.
Right.
He's only got a wee ping pong ball. Talk to him. You know. I find the more basic you go, the more chance you have of getting results. What do you think?
Yeah, go on. I'll let you go.
No, you go first.
No, you go first. I'll let you go first.
Geez.
Then I'll go the opposite way of you.
Okay. Well, I think, what were you talking about?
Am I talking too fast yet?
Equipment.
Oh, there we are. Okay. Basically, we're a basic team too. We go off of, I train all of my team to rely on themselves the most. And then we have toys to play with later on. And so we've got a lot of people that just walk around the building just feeling it and seeing what's there. They might carry a K2 with them, but they use their own bodies. I've got a 4-camera system that I set up at bigger locations so that we can monitor this is where we need to be. And other than that, they're just, the other equipment we have are just toys that we take with us. We got the K2 meters. We've got the voice recorders. The voice recorder is probably one of the biggest things that I make people take with them, because at least you'll have an audio of what happened. If you have a camera, that's even better, because we are out there to collect evidence. And unless you've got some kind of evidence collected, it's just a really cool story.
What be yourself, Lee?
Basic. We are basic. You know, carry infrared cameras, full spectrum, handheld. Everything's handheld. Obviously your recorders, your voice recorders. Then obviously you got your spirit box. We do use spirit box, Alice box, and that's really it. Sometimes when we do host events, we advise people to bring their own equipment, let them use what they're used to, or if they want to try anything new, more than welcome to use our stuff. But I agree with everything Kelly said. We do try and get everything on camera or some sort of evidence. As you'll see, if any of you ever go on our Facebook page or whatever, we don't put everything up like the 3-hour investigation. We do only cut the highlights out, and we won't say it's paranormal. We will say it's like unexplained.
Interesting.
So everything we've caught so far this year will be on there. But like I say, everything will be unexplained. We've been there, debunked it or not debunked it. We can't explain it, so for me it's unexplained. It's not classed as paranormal until I 100% know it is.
We're the exact same. I always say we never state it's paranormal, because then I think you're just opening yourself up, you know, for folk to attack you, or whatever way you want to put it. And as you say, it's unexplained, because that's exactly what it is. It's unexplained. Yeah. If you can't find a cause for it or whatever, then you say, well, I can't explain it, so just leave it open. It's the same as, this really annoys me. I want your opinions on this. Is when you get, and if any of you two do it, then I do apologise ahead of me saying it, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's when people put pictures up and they circle it and put arrows and stuff. This is a ghost. This is a spirit. That really, really annoys me. Just put the photograph up and say to people, what can you see? You just don't do that, do you? You just don't circle or arrows, do you?
No. Not yet. I might start though. And tagging you in it. So.
I just think it's crazy stuff. Do you know what I mean? There's like circles and arrows. Right? What am I looking at? Oh, that's, you know, big flashing arrows. Just put the photograph up.
It's the same when people do it with videos and they zoom in on the video and the arrows move somewhere else. So you're like, what am I meant to be looking at now? I've seen that on a few videos when they zoom in and the arrows moved somewhere else. It's like, I've lost it. Don't know where it is. It's gone.
What were you, Kelly? She's pressed a button or something.
Yeah, she's muted us.
How's now?
There you
There
go.
I am.
What?
I did hit a button. It's one I hit quite frequently.
This is where I know it's something bad because you can hear us.
It's the way to keep quiet. No, with our I like the over enlarged pixelated photos where they want me to identify what it is in the photo. My first response is I would like to have the original, unaudited, unedited raw data, please. And of course, they cannot provide it.
And it's when they take offence because you don't see what they see or what they want you to see. You know, and I mean, we took a photo a couple of years ago in Greyfriars in Edinburgh, and it was a photograph of the actual kirk, the church, and the only way I can describe it is it looked like a wizard, you know, a kind of hat, beard kind of thing, and so we put into this group we were in and say, look, we took this in Edinburgh, there's the photograph, what do you think? And this guy came back and he took the photograph apart and he says, listen, he says, that's a plant pot. And he said, is it, you know, what he'd done with it? And it was a plant pot. I said, you know, fair enough, that's what it is. We just didn't have a clue what it was. But then you've got other people that they'll put a photograph up, and it happened last week in a group I was in. Guy put a photograph up. This is paranormal. And somebody else said it's not paranormal. That's a buck flying about. And the guy went nuts. You know, you're stupid. You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And it just begs belief. And do you get a lot of that over your side of the pond, Kelly?
I get so much of it. I mean, and it comes mostly with photographs, and they don't realize that not only am I a paranormal researcher that has done a lot of different things, but both of my parents were professional photographers, and I spent all of my growing up years in a photography studio. And one of my specialties, because when they take photographs, they take the sequential shots that everybody's staying so still for the camera, right? And so you got to find those minute between the photographs because the client likes this one, but it's not that one. So my specialty was going in and finding the differences in the photograph. So I have a ball of photographs. It's just I want the raw data. I don't want the enlarged version. That's all it is. Pareidolia.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know, it happens to me. The longer you look at a picture, a photograph, the more your mind creates. Which is it's like staring at the clouds. You know, if you stare at clouds for a certain length of time, you start to see like sheep or cows or whatever. You start to see shapes in it, and they're not really there. And I think, if you stare at something too long, your mind starts telling you, right, you're seeing an apparition standing in the corner. And, but then you get these loonies that put photographs up. I don't know if you've seen it over your end, Kelly, but I think it was last year, Lee, you might remember the fire extinguisher photograph.
Rings.
I'll need more on the fire extinguisher. I don't know. Where'd it come from? Where was the source?
There was a group in Britain. I think they're disbanded now, actually. But they put this photograph. Have you seen the film The Shining?
Yeah.
Right. Remember the two little girls that were standing at the end of the corridor?
Yeah.
Somebody put a photograph up last year, and it was all distorted, all bloody. And this is a caught the twins from The Shining.
Oh.
People say, that's an amazing capture. Is it? This guy took the photograph and clued up. It was two fire extinguishers. The
Oh,
twins
yeah.
are part of a custody battle at the minute.
Huh?
I've no idea what that means.
I have no idea what they can't be part of a custody battle. They're over 21 at this point.
When do you mean they're part of a custody battle?
Yeah, they're over 21 at this point.
But it's you know, people put stuff like that up. You know, you think seriously.
Well, they believe everything they see and hear. They believe everything, and that's one of the things that differentiates actual paranormal investigators from others is that we don't believe everything we see, hear, and we don't believe it. We want to find out what it really is. It's not until you get to the point of where you've exhausted everything that it's paranormal.
It's when you get teams who go out and they've got the mindset that they are going to capture something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're going out tonight and we're going to capture a photograph or EVP, whatever it is. I mean,
You can hope all you want.
Where you get, we go out with just an open mind, you know.
Yeah.
We get what we get.
There is one location here that I can say that whenever we go, we get something. It's just being at the right spot at the right moment with the right equipment to record it. That's the problem.
What we use, Lee, do you use a location with that?
Yeah. I think just been to one, just Saturday, just gone actually. Went to a haunted museum in Stoke. We caught a DVP. Obviously, it weren't captured on our equipment that we were using. It was actually captured on the museum cameras, but we heard it, and it sounded like it was right next to us. But for some weird reason, our equipment didn't record it, but the actual cameras in the museum did. And we checked. The guy who owns the museum checked all the other cameras, and no one else were in that building with us at the time. There's just 3 of us in that room. And so I've literally put that footage up yesterday on the Facebook page. So we've got 2 different camera angles. What capture it? One's very quiet, and the one
is that the one with the upstairs banister? There was a banister in there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to go back and look at that with some sound on.
Yeah, I've had to enhance the sound on one of the cameras only because it's that faint.
Yeah.
That you can barely hear it. Yeah.
Good video work on that camera, though. Great video work.
So yeah, it was like I said, the guy who owns the museum. It's his cameras. So big shout out to my mate there at Stoke Haunted Museum. Yeah, he's great. Craig is awesome. Craig and
That's
Gemma.
awesome.
That comments the Nicola's part of Phantom Seekers Paranormal. We were out there last week up at Dunfermline Abbey. I think I know what she means, but I'll tell you after the show. But I think I know what she's talking about. I had to look up my phone there to see who it was, but it's Nicola. Hi, Nicola, though. We were at Dunfermline Abbey there. We're going up again next week. Lovely lady, her and Eileen. Oh, sorry, Nicola. She runs Whispering Souls as well. My bad. She's going to bury me in the Abbey next week, so if I'm not on after next week, you know why. I'm backside up in an Abbey somewhere. You know. Sorry, dear. My apologies. I got that wrong. At least I got your name right, Nicola. At least I got your name right. Do you Spirit? We've been out quite a few times, and cameras have turned off just before activity started. Do you think Spirit? I mean, I believe that, after we pass on, we're still the same person, except the body, and we still have the capability of learning. And I just think if Spirit is watching investigations, where they are. They learn, they pick up on things. What do you think?
Go on, Kelly. Now, I see you ready to go.
Well, actually, I was distracted by the name of her team, Whispering Souls, because the first team that I was with was Wandering Spirits, and I was looking to see if it was a whispering. I couldn't remember if it was whispering or not, so I was distracted. So, what question am I answering again? You go first. You go first.
The question.
I forgot the question now. What was the question again?
I don't know why I bought. Maybe it's my accent. I'll give you an example. Right, we had a location a couple of years ago called Caldwell. It's an old abandoned stately home. It's and we were in the state. What used to be the stairwell, the main staircase, and we had a locked off camera running in the corner, and we were also their phones that were recording as well. And you can clearly see the camera sitting. Nobody's near it. The next day, we get quite a lot of activity. The next day, I was going over the footage, and the camera turned off after about 6.5, 7 minutes. And nobody touched it, and it was a full battery. And then I started thinking, well, it was around about that time that we started getting stuff through the necrophonic, the K2 and stuff like that on command. So, and as I say, you can clearly see nobody's been near it. I thought, well, maybe somebody else turned that camera off. I know it might sound nuts, you know.
Well, I mean, it seems how you were up there with a camera trying to get evidence and they turned it off. I would say that would be a spirit that's intelligent that didn't want to be recorded. That would be my opinion of that. And I've had equipment be turned off before too. And electricity is one of the easiest things that they can manipulate.
Yeah, same as we've had so much equipment, battery drain within 2 minutes of it being full. You know, lights. Look at, like, say for instance your lighting. If you've got any lights anywhere, going off, coming straight back on 2 minutes later. You know, we've had torches. You have a torch. Oh, it's not working. I'll just put it in my pocket, pull it out 2 minutes after, and it's working again. So, yeah, I do think they do have effect on kind of battery life. Anything that gives off an electromagnetic, anything like that, I do believe they can control.
It is the easiest they have to manipulate. I don't know why it is. I wish, at this point, I wish that I would have done more science so that I could explain it a little bit better. But I don't think I have enough time left in my life to go back to science class.
The sciencey bit, I've spoken to people before, no disrespect to them, they've been lovely people, but they start getting into all the scientific side of it, and I don't understand it. Simple as that. I don't have a clue what they're talking about. So I just kind of nod, and listen, mate, I'll just stick to the basics, you know, either spirits there or it's no there. And I'll stick to my wee bits and bobs that I can understand. And it's our shooting team's made up of two girls, Jem and Kate, and they also got their own K2 Paranormal. They done a live once, and they were talking about glitches in the Matrix. And I lasted about 10 minutes, and I was lost, totally lost. You know, the parallel universes and somebody's controlling what you're doing now and back then. I was just a spaghetti junction up here for me. And I'll just stick to the basics. And I mean, the battery drainage, you know, as we were saying earlier about skeptic, it's good to be skeptical. You have to be skeptical in the paranormal. There's no doubt. But all these people that say 100%, when you're dead, that's it. You know, my dad was one, God rest him, he was like, you know, you're dead, that's it, you're buried, you're gone. But there's too much evidence, I think, especially with Battery, it's too much a common thing. And I'm not just talking about here, I'm talking kind of worldwide.
Yeah.
For people to dismiss it. Can we explain it? No, we can't. Well, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it's a common thing, you know, and there's too many similar, too many, I can't say the word, similar things. See, I can speak Scottish, but I cannot speak English. But I think there's too many similar things happen, like battery drain, equipment being turned off and on, lights, etc. Different feelings that people get for it just ought to be dismissed as it's all up here.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Because it is a common kind of thing worldwide.
Totally agree. Totally agree. Like I said, it's too many. Would you say you wouldn't call it cases, but there's too many occurrences on it.
Examples.
Yeah. So.
And people say, you know, have you ever seen a ghost? I say, well, I don't know, because you can tell them about that. But what my answer to them is, well, what does a ghost actually look like? There's that many theories, you know, see-through or solid. Well, how do you know if you've no? I don't know. When did you see one, Kelly?
I saw one down in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We were investigating a cemetery, and I was sitting around just doing nothing. I was just looking downfield. I was bored to death. And I kept seeing these flashes of bonfires. And like, wow, somebody really needs to take care of those. Of course, I'm new to Tennessee, so I'm thinking, wow, is there underground gas that just spontaneously erupts? So I was trying to figure it all out. And then I saw a big one come up, and I'm getting a little worried about it. And this guy walks out of the flames. I'm like, oh, he's taking care of it. Okay, that's cool. He's taking care of the fires. Oh, crap, there was only half of him. He was down, and then just faded from there.
You see,
Whole body apparition.
in our old house, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but twice it happened. I was lying on the bedroom door as well. I was watching the telly, and something, I mean, you're talking about a millisecond by the door, but it was even faster than that.
Oh, wow.
You think, did I see something there? Or didn't I? But something, I'm positive something did break you by the door. But I've never actually seen a spirit. I felt, you know, if somebody's been about me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you always get a feeling somebody's maybe standing right at your back. You turn around, you're expecting to see somebody there. And of course, there's nobody there when you turn around, but you've got that strong feeling. You know, have you ever had that? There's someone right beside you.
Those times always. Absolutely on those. And then the other ones that get me are the ones that you see at the corner of your eyes. Like you just glance over and you see something, you turn around to see what it was, and they're gone. Those ones get me too.
Probably you,
Yeah, then clearly not seen one face to face, head on. But like I say, it's always in professional. I can't even say it now.
Peripheral.
Yeah, that's the one.
That word.
So yeah, that one. Yeah, I wouldn't say I see it all the time. Probably the most common one was probably where I'm sat now. Just over my right shoulder is the last one I saw since we got given a haunted object, and it is currently in the house.
Oh.
So,
what object do you have in the house?
It's a very old doll.
I don't do dolls.
No. Couple of builders who were doing building works in the house found it, and it was in a rubble. But when they give it to us, it ended up being spotlessly clean, even though when originally they found it. And
really,
and since then it's been locked up in a box.
Do you have video or do you have photos of both conditions of the doll?
No, the builders just brought it here after another job
Wow.
they were doing work on. So it's currently locked up in a box,
Where it
waiting
should be.
to go to a new home, I believe, to get
Steal
fully
that puppy with
investigated.
wax, put salt around it, everything.
Any ideas? The oranges? What the hell am I calling?
Join the club. Join the club, Scott.
Oranges.
And usually it's me that has problems with words.
Oh, where the words. You ever get
I
your
tell everybody I speak better than I write better than I speak.
have you ever get that? You get words that you just cannot say.
Yeah.
You know, our daughter describes the dog but never seen it.
Oh, I know who that is. That'll be
That's your
that'll be
other.
Sarah. Yep, that's the other half. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's the other part of
You
the
need
story.
to say better half because you're on alive. You need to say better half.
Yeah. So she'll be down in a minute now. So if I disappear, if
Yeah,
you just
my
see.
dog just
So yeah, our 6-year-old daughter does explain the Don. She's never seen it. She said she
Oh,
sees
wow.
it stood on the other side of the door from her, and she
Yeah, that needs to go
described it
someplace else.
to a T. So
And this is a prime example of why I don't do dolls.
The whole dog thing, I mean, you know, I'm not dissing the haunted dog thing. There are reported cases, and I'm not disbelieving you a wee bit anyway. There are reported cases that there are certain, you know, haunted dogs throughout the world, not 100% have happened. But about 6-7 months ago, I don't know if it was right over there, Kelly, but over here, you probably remember the upsurge and haunted dolls being bought by Amazon and eBay and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and
I think my cousin bought a couple of dolls during that time period.
they all had a story. The other story was out of a brother and sister drowned in a river.
yeah,
Jumped in, trying to save his sister. He drowned as well. And knew they're connected by a string and blah, blah, blah. And they were on eBay, you know, Amazon. Amazon had a warehouse for haunted dogs. So, you know, and I thought that was just nonsense. That's just my opinion. You know, it is a real thing. You know, yeah, and your wee girl describing the doll. You know, that's kind of spooky as well. She can describe it.
That's very concerning to me. Extremely concerning. It's having a spirit put something into your head or being able to connect with the spirit. It's a little freaky.
Do you think it's along the same lines as the imaginary friend? You know, our kids have imaginary friends sort of thing. I didn't have any because we couldn't afford them when I was young. Couldn't buy a friend.
I was told they weren't real. So
you know, but then who's to say they weren't real? Because obviously, again, I want your opinion. When you're a child, your mind's not corrupted by the world and modern thinking and stuff like that. So, you know, you're more open to spirit and to everything around you. So all these imaginary friend scenarios that kids have, who's to say that there's no spirit trying to talk to them? You know,
I completely agree. The other thing that in correlation to that is I also believe that people that are in mental institutions for mental issues, there might be some that are actually mediums they just don't know how to handle what it is that they've been encountering.
Aye, exactly.
I firmly believe that there's a lot of people that have issues that are considered mental illness that aren't mental illness. They're just sensitives or mediums or clairvoyants that they just don't understand what's happening to them.
So they just think there's something wrong with them. I ask you, are you ever tempted to investigate the doll yourself?
Yeah, 100%. We've took her to different locations with us. We have took her out of a box, and we have had spirit box communication with her. I am now hair starting to stand up on my arms. But yeah, no, we've had communication from her. Her real name has come through. So apparently it's Gloria. And that's really it. We do take her, but most of the time we don't take her out the box with her. We normally do it, say if we've got quite a long time somewhere and we do want to find more information out about the doll herself, we will take her out and investigate her. But majority of the time we're just there to investigate the buildings, surrounding areas, so very rarely take her out. So we are going to hopefully,
well, just hope that she doesn't start knocking at the box saying, I'd like to come out now.
Well, she's here if you want to see her.
Oh, okay. If I dream about her tonight, it's your fault.
I'm all for that. You want to show the doll, and that's fine by me.
Yeah, shows the doll. Yeah.
I think she's in this one.
Ellie with her fingers when you know why. She'll be going.
Yeah, she is.
Oh, wow.
So
she is spotless.
Yes.
Yeah.
They found her in debris.
Yeah, shoe missing. Yeah, parts of her are black in different parts. So this is what we were given.
I feel a bit a stupid question, but she wasn't wrapped up in anything or cloth or anything like that. Or...
All the people said was they found her in a skip full of rubbish underneath it all when they were doing work, and they picked her out. And they used her as a van doll for a few weeks. So basically sat in their workers' van.
Wow.
And they were telling us stories. And that also came through the spirit box, saying that they tell her stories. So it kind of links up with what they said to us and the spirit box session.
See, now I've been on the fence about the spirit box, but when you've got activity that's like that, where it correlates to something specific, it's like I can't deny that piece of equipment any longer because it's a viable piece to use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of people are skeptical. Skeptical for that word that they're saying there.
Skeptical.
Aye, that one. About well, again, this is for your benefit, Kelly. I'm talking slow. See, if I was talking at my normal speed, right, you wouldn't realise that I wasn't pronouncing the word properly because you would think that's just the way I speak.
There's just so many weird things about the Scottish dialect. It's I gotta sit there and listen to it and get into it.
What do you find weird? Name me one thing you find.
Oh, here we go.
You just a few minutes ago you said the word better and it came out as bear.
Yeah.
It's like you skipped the two T's.
That's it. The T's are silent, better. It's, the thing about Scottish people is we don't give a monkeys. We speak the way we speak, and that's
I'd be thrown out of Scotland for my potty mouth.
I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying? I forgot what I was. It's completely gone. I forgot what I was going to say.
The doll is where we're at. See, I don't do dolls because we had a you remember Furbies?
Yeah.
From Gremlins. Well, we had a Furby come alive in the closet without batteries in it, and that was the last doll that was ever in my house. it went out into the garbage can. Nope, I don't.
We had a dinosaur move once.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Not a real one. Not. I was in our old house, and what we did is we set up a camera to run overnight. We went to our bed. You know, our plan was just we put a cat ball on one of the chairs on top of a cushion, and with the couch as well, sitting. And so we just left it running. Before we went to bed, our wee daughter said, "Ring Rexy for Toy Story." The dinosaur. He was sitting at one end of the couch, and I distinctly remember seeing him sitting there. Got up the next morning, the camera shut off after about 3.5 hours for whatever reason, we don't know, because it was plugged in, it was wired up to the computer. But Rexy was at the other side of the couch. And Sarah was saying that you shoot, and so we looked back at the footage, and you can clearly see the dinosaur at the opposite end of the couch. But when we got up, it was at the other end. So we had a dinosaur move in the house. We're not saying it's paranormal, but
unexplained.
Unexplained, you know. We just
I investigated my house before I bought it because I didn't want anything like that going on. I didn't want any competition for when I died because I wanted to haunt my house.
Are you planning on coming back after you pop?
I'm coming back.
Well, you say I'm planning coming back. You probably not go in. You probably just stay there. So you really come back. That makes sense. It makes sense.
It saves me a lot of time.
It will save you a lot of travel time.
Yeah, it does.
I'm not moving.
Screw the light.
You could go and visit your own funeral, but because that's when you find out who your real friends were.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a real friend that's going to be at the funeral, and he's going to be lighting up fireworks or something weird. He's going to send a text message to everybody's phone. Thanks for coming to my funeral from my phone. He'd do stuff like that for me.
You know, you're sitting in the corner watching your own funeral. You think, I thought I was liked better than that. There's only 2 people here. They carried in the coffin. One in the you know.
Mine would be, why are they using a forklift to put my coffin in the ground?
I'm saying nothing about that. You know. Moving on. My mic's totally gone. I forgot. I'm sorry, folks. I forgot what I was going to say there. Just gone. What Kelly?
Crazy blonde.
Just what Kelly said. Just gonna prove me.
I'll behave myself. Promise.
Not at all, no. Not at all. So that was not at all, no. Casey missed it. Not at all, no.
So,
carry on.
I didn't know what you were getting into when you asked me to do this, did you?
We used to try and do serious shows, you know. But
yeah, those are fun.
They're crap. You know.
I can't do serious. I really can't. I prefer to do laugh.
I was talking to a lady on a video call, and I was talking about some of the other shows that you see on channels. No disrespect them. It's their thing. I always need to say that. That's a kind of disclaimer that I'm not slagging them off, you know. But you sit and watch them, and you just want to go to your own funeral watching them. Basically, you know. And there's Rigger. Rigger's on about a new Rigger runs Spig, who we're quite close with. But he's from Glasgow as well. But he cannot tell the time at all. He needs one of the big. And you can tell by looking at the face, he's a bit of an ugly bugger. I mean, look, That's a face only a mother would slap, basically. When he was born, the doctors actually slapped his mother instead of him.
Oh God, I need to move to Scotland.
They actually tried, when he was born, they tried to put him back, but they say it's normal having any of it. You know what I mean? Awesome. He phoned his.
Yeah, don't kill yourself on that, Ninja.
He's got a Ninja air fryer.
Oh, okay. Not a Ninja motorcycle then.
A Ninja air fryer. So I says to him yesterday,
I'll just be the motorcycle riding person here.
and I says, you're never going to find it because it's a Ninja. A wee
Oh, she's off again.
Let us know when you're done, Kelly. He's all happy. He's a,
Not my fault. Not my fault. It's all Lee.
But why is it?
Onion rings.
Make some good onion rings.
so he was on the phone yesterday talking about his Ninja air fryer. And then 2 buckets, 2 trays, 2 things on it.
I made it good for reheating. Right?
He was like a monkey with a balloon yesterday. I swear to God, he was. 2 things, you know. And I says, well, I've got a cat port and you're no, so I win. Basically, you don't have a cat port. He used to park his car in the street, like a commoner. And I've got a cat port. But anyway, Rigger, you put us that for what were we talking about?
I don't know
Lee's
now.
over there. Lee's over there with this quiet snicker thing. And it just cracks me up. He's just over there doing his quiet snicker.
Does anybody in the chat know what we were talking about?
Yeah, please let us know what we were talking about. We went from the doll to something else. I don't know what I'm talking
Spirit
about.
boxes, there we go.
Spirit boxes.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I've been on the fence about spirit boxes for some time now, but I had a location that we actually got intelligent responses from one, to the point of where it not only named every name that I had gotten out of history that had been associated with the property, but then it also named every single one of the investigators, down to differentiating between 2 Kellys, myself and one of the lead investigators' wives, to where the wife was the nice Kelly and I was the witch Kelly.
And how did you feel about being the witch?
I am a witch.
No, but did they mean it in a bad way, kind of thing?
No, well, I think they were trying to insult me with it, but it doesn't insult me.
So you're very similar to Scottish people because we don't get insulted.
Don't get insulted. It is really, really hard to offend me. And if you do offend me, you probably wouldn't be talking to me for the rest of your life. So
You see, I'm like, I see when people try to slag me off or whatever, I just agree with them. You know, they say you're specky, you're baldy, you're out. Yeah, I'm one ugly being, so and so. You know, I look like Shrek with glasses on, basically. You know, and it gives them nowhere to go. It stops them, you know.
You don't cut yourself short. You look like my dad. My dad was bald most of my life, and I just think it's normal for men. Men with hair is weird.
So your father was a very handsome man then?
He was a very handsome man. Yes, he was.
Too much. You hear that, Rigger? They're still watching.
And my lead investigator's bald too, so he's a very handsome man too.
But, you see, we save a fortune in shampoo.
I know you do. It's great.
You're a real.
And when he says he's off to go do his hair, he's
You're
like,
a real gentleman.
I actually went to the barbers 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks I went to the barbers and we told Laura, who was in the chat, go to barbers, and she just looked at me if I was weird. Why are you going to barbers? I said, I'm going to get the blade, you know, the open blade, the Turkish barber.
Yeah.
As you can so totally tell, it's grown back in. You do get some funny looks when you're sitting in the barbers and you've got absolutely no hair.
Yeah.
You know. But Spirit Box.
He had the fringe. He had the round fringe the whole time.
Oh, like Walter, you mean like Jeff Durham's Walter?
Yeah.
Right, I know. No, if I go to that stage, it was just. I've been like this since I was about 10.
He was 20. He was 21 when he started going bald.
No, I'll tell you, I was the same. I was 21. And I noticed that I was using less shampoo.
Seeing how it must be a Scottish thing, because on my father's side is where I get the Scottish from. So it must be a Scottish thing.
Alright, so if you're 22 or 23 in Scotland with hair, then your
hair's going to fall out. Yeah.
Your bugger on his way out. But Spirit Boxes, we'll get back to the
Spirit boxes.
I thought that I'm not a tech guy by all means. I couldn't tell you tech things at the back end of a bus, basically. We use an Ecophonic, and I know that a lot of these apps are loaded with words. There's certain amount of words, but as Kate was saying earlier, when you get a word that corresponds directly to what you're talking about, what you've asked, the other weird thing we've had through the Ecophonic is accents. So we've had quite a few responses in a Scottish accent. I'm being maybe was it's when you get them in a certain accent. Would you guys think of that?
What's that with the accent?
The necrophonic.
Oh, with the necrophonics and the accent. Yeah. We've gotten Spanish out of ours. Just wait.
Will be you, Lee?
Yeah, see, we try and stay away from the type of apps, things like that. We kind of keep to, like, say, spirit boxes, things that, well, what I say could get interfered, phone signals, things like that, anything like that. So I try and keep away from that, but I'm not gonna lie, we have used them before, and we have had some pretty good results from them. So, like I said, I don't disagree, don't agree with them. Necrophonics, like I say, I've used it before in the past, but I personally try and keep away from them just due to I think phone signal could have some sort of interference with it. But that's my opinion.
I've used the necrophonics on my phone, and my phone's been in airplane mode, so we haven't had the signal kind of thing with that.
Right.
And it's hit and miss. There's only been those 2 times that I actually had intelligent responses from the spirit box, and it was at one location. So I'm still testing it. It's not one that I'm hooked on yet, but there's a lot of investigators that do it, and there's some investigators, all they do is stand around that spirit box, go, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I heard that, but it doesn't mean diddly squat to what you're talking about. It's not a response to intelligence. They try to make something out of nothing, in other words.
Yeah.
It's when as you say, Kels, when they're standing around, they're listening to you. He said, Roger. He said your name. He said, Elaine, that's your name. Remember that lad was called it. And they start feeding each other information. Remember that woman we saw called, I remember the woman with Elaine. She had blonde hair. She'd blonde hair, that's right. And she's wearing a green jacket. And before you, they've got this whole life story built up.
Yeah.
Something that came out of an app. One word that could have been anything. Don't get me wrong, you do get clear responses at times.
But, yeah.
it's when people start to construct a whole life story, out of one word, and you think, even with the dowsing rods and all the rest of it, you watch so many teams with them. Now, I'm not dissing them, people use them, that's fair enough. But it's when you get teams that are investigating, they're feeding each other information.
Yeah.
And each one's adding on a wee bit to, and then there's always somebody turns and say, I had a dream about that. You ever get that? They say,
Yeah.
there's a lady here with a long white dress, blonde hair. Oh, I dreamt about a woman in a white dress. Oh, did you? I remember I told you. And I love watching it. I really do. It's one these ghost shows you get. I like some of them. Some of them are really good, but you get other ones that are just downright stupid.
Oh yeah, like Ghost Adventure. Is it Ghost Adventure? With Zach Baggins.
It's a demon.
It's a demon. Yeah. I agree.
I know you start mean demons.
Totally agree.
I can grant on demons.
I don't believe in provoking. I don't believe in being disrespectful. Unless a demon is, unless a spirit is being disrespectful to me, I'm not disrespectful to them.
Well, I will admit, when we first started investigating way back, there was a couple of times, you kind of swear at them and all the rest of it. I would say we're still learning. Maybe learning's the wrong word, I don't know. We weren't sure what we were doing because we'd never investigated before. So I think we were taking stuff off of different ghost shows. Like, we'll try this and we'll try that, and then you realise, no, wait a minute, I'm alone here trying this, So we did try and provoke sometimes, but it was totally the wrong thing to do. You live and learn. And the other thing that gets me is expert. What about that word?
Oh, yeah.
I'm an expert.
There are no experts in this field.
It's that you can have more experience than the next person. Fair enough, you've been doing it longer. You've got more experience in investigations, you've got different ways of working. But it's when you get these monkeys that turn up and say, right, I know what I'm doing. I'm an expert. I've been doing this 3 weeks. Let's go.
Yeah.
3 weeks.
I've read a book and I've done an online course. So
I know somebody.
Yeah.
That's
the cyber degrees.
It's we go back to the demon thing. We watched this person doing. They were in a house, and this is 6 demons in this one house, doing in England somewhere. I love with people. We're all loving this chat. Hi, Facebook user. Quite bright one. But they were in this house, and there was 6 demons. Now, there was this guy and a woman, and there was 2 women and a guy, and I would describe, it's Kate. How you doing, Kate, doll? And there was another guy up against the wall that looked like he was sleeping, against the wall. But this woman was saying with 6 demons, and we've got rid of 4. There's 2 still here. And I am an ordained exorcist. 2 of them are up in the loft. So I'm going to go up and I'm going to do an exorcism and I'm going to get them out. And you just get on the floor doing a pentagram with what looked like breadcrumbs, but it was secret ingredients she was using. And, so this girl went up into the loft and started saying, get out. You're not allowed to be here. Get out. This was her exorcism. But it's when she said that she was ordained, you think, well, who by?
By who? Yeah.
I
think only the Catholic Church.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
Ordained. Yeah.
I would imagine, I'm not an expert, but to be an ordained exorcist, qualified, obviously you need to be a part of the church for many, many years. And then I think there's a rigorous selection process you need to go through. And then there's years of training after that. You know, so you're talking maybe about 15, 20 years, I don't know. A long time.
But you can do it in a 2-week online course if you want it.
Well, that's
I know a 4-day one.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look up and go on in 2 weeks' time. I'll be the Pope's Exorcist, you know, Russell Crowe. I'll be doing what he was doing. I was just in that film. You know, I'll
Russell
stick
Crowe, huh?
Right. No, I'm not Russell Crowe. I know we're very similar looking.
You guys sound similar.
No, you're thinking of Gerard Butler.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Gerard
that guy.
Butler,
He's Scottish. Does brothers have a YouTube channel, Lee?
No, we don't. It's not something we've actually looked into doing. We have actually asked, other people have asked us to do it, but we just rather concentrate on investigating, just showing highlights and things we capture. We don't want to go down the whole route of, like I was saying earlier on, recording long things and putting it onto YouTube. Just try and keep it to one place at the time being. So yeah, that's really my view on that. I don't know about the rest of the team, but I don't think anyone could be bothered going through all the editing for long periods of time. But what we have done previously, before we removed the channel, was put the highlights on the YouTube channel. So, but to be fair, we didn't get as many views or people watching them as what we do on Facebook, where it's actually on our investigation team's website and on the actual Facebook page. So we're just sticking to Facebook, really, if we're going to be honest with you.
Do you think some channels, some teams, whatever you want to call them, are more obsessed with views and followers than they are actually investigating?
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely, definitely.
Hands down. Hands down. The first thing they look at is how many followers you have, and it's like, that's all algorithm, people. That's all it is.
Yeah, this is where all the faking starts to come into it as well, I believe. That's my opinion. I think this is where all the faking starts to come in. On some of these, whatever they're called, reels, whatever they're called. Going down that route anyway, we keep getting mithered by investigators on TikTok and Facebook. Please join our group. Please join our group. Get all your friends to join our group to watch these videos and things like that. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll get mine and my team to join you, and you earn loads and loads of money for something that you might fake or something like that. I don't agree with it.
You see, I'm a kind of friend of mine, you know, and this is just my opinion, no disrespect to anybody, but we never asked for 40. Don't get me wrong. Everybody likes to see their numbers going up because it lets us know that we're doing stuff that people are doing.
Yeah, but you work hard at it.
It doesn't make us the best team in the world or any of that box. Do you know what I mean? And we don't ask people, you know, come and join us, come and join us. I would rather people joined us because they wanted to, or they'd seen something we've done and thought, well, rather than say, come and join us. You know, no disrespect. The other folk have different ways of working. Right. You know, but I would rather people came to us because they wanted to, basically. And as I say, views-wise, we've done a couple of shows and, you know, we've had so many 100 views and you think, that was quite good. That was a good one. And you hear yourself, but then you move on. You know, you're happy that you get 300-400 views on one show.
Right.
Well done, guys. Right, let's go. But you see people that just keep digging and digging on it, and we want more. And when you start doing that road, the real reason you get into the paranormal goes out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You forget why you started in the first place. You become obsessed with fame and views and that, and you forget why did I get into the paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree?
I totally agree. That's what I was just basically saying there. People are more about followers, views, because I don't know how it works with YouTube or anything. If you get a certain amount of views, you get paid, earn money, I don't know. So, subscribers. So, I'm just there to try and prove that there is something after life.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't care if one person watches it or a million people watch it. As long as I've got
It's for
evidence
you.
there, it's for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's for me and my team to do. So, people want to watch it, they watch it. If they don't, you don't have to. I'm not putting a gun
Right.
to your head to say it.
Well, that's it. I mean, I've said on many a show, and some people might think I'm talking bollocks. I'm not. As some TV channels, the chap knock my door tomorrow and say, right, we want you to do a 10-part series for us on ghost investigation. I'd say no. I'd say no. I'm not interested, because then it turns into, you're doing it as a, I don't know who that is, doing it as a living, very different doing it. That
No, it's
takes,
true about the good health, about mental health.
I think
Well,
that the passion, the personal side of it, and you feel like you've got to deliver. You have to deliver results,
mm-hmm.
this network or whoever it is is going to drop you.
But if you don't deliver, what are you going to start doing? If you don't deliver, what are you going to start doing?
Yeah. And that's, I like your guys' opinions on this as well. That's why I think there should be shows there that show the quiet side of the paranormal, the investigate, the maybe I should. Some people might find it boring, but I think people need to see that you can sit in a graveyard for an hour and nothing happens.
Yeah. Well, the way that I look at it is, I would, I never, when I started this journey, I never ever thought that, one, I would be on podcasts. The next one is, two, I never thought that we would be on television, and that was never my goal. But I've found that I can reconcile that with, I do want the next generation coming up behind me to have the skills to be able to continue on the work. And that's one reason that I want to try to find every avenue I can to get out what it's really like to be a paranormal investigator. It's not glamorous. It's not going out and being on television and having things happen on demand. It's a bunch of hard work. Just getting to the point of where I'm recognized in the field has taken me 13 years. And 2 years of very, very hard work at networking and trying to find people that have like-minded views on things. But most of my team is all brand new investigators. They've never investigated, but they have a passion for the paranormal, and that's what I want. I want to be able to help them along in their journey, so that when I go away, there's going to be people that are still left to do the work.
Mm-hmm. 100%. I mean, we don't get paid for doing it. I mean, some people, get into paranormal, you get famous, end up living in Beverly Hills and blah, 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 blah. No, we don't get paid for it. We do it because we love doing it. It does cost us money to do it, and that's something that we're self-sufficient. We don't ask for donations or stars or anything like that. Other people do it. That's their stuff. And so it takes time and it takes money to do it. But we do it because it's what we love doing.
We love doing.
Including podcasts as well. It takes a lot of time to organise guests and times and sit and do the action, which we love doing, sitting and doing, chatting away. But it all takes time. It's not about, getting a mansion in Beverly Hills and being the #1 ghost hunter in the world, doing crap like that.
And my passions, I got 3 passions in life. First one is history, second one is paranormal, and the third I'm not talking about.
Well, keep that one to yourself, Peter. Thank you very much anyway. But I can get it's bowling, isn't it? It's you going bowling. That's what it is. You know you're going to have theories now. What is it, Kelly? You know, people be mailing me. What's that club one, Kelly? Tell us. I've noticed the time, folks. I think we'll wait. I'm going to bring the 2's back for a part 2, if that's all right.
Cool. I like part 2s.
If that's all right with you as well, Kelly's very excited about that one. So, she's buzzing like a third hobby. But however, no. So I'll keep a hold.
I'll have my Scottish translator the next time.
Have your Scottish phrase, but not an English one. Scottish one. Totally different store. Shops. I'll hold these just after we come off. So where can people find you, Kelly?
I am on Facebook under K2 Paranormal Research, under Instagram K2 Paranormal Research, and we do have a YouTube channel, but there's not very much put on that yet because I'm still going through evidence for this year. I have like 10 cases backed up on evidence review. So as soon as I get something really good, I'll put it on there.
And what about you, Lee? Where can we find the Boo Brothers?
You can find us on Facebook, just Boo Brothers Paranormal. And also we do have a website, which is boobrothers.co.uk. You can find us there, guys.
Go and check them out, folks. Well, and you will be seeing the 2 of them together again, because we need to do a part 2. Probably part 2's up.
I need your giggles. That's what I need. I need your giggles to set me off.
You need
the uncontrolled laughter.
We'll work on that. We'll work on that one. So we'll wind it up here, folks. That's us being back on Sunday night with our Pendle guy, Simon Entwistle. He's coming on for another week. It's been some time since we met, since he was last on. So Simon's Pendle Witch guy, he'll be back on Sunday for a catch up. And you're very welcome, Facebook user. I don't know why he does that. It's annoying. But it's much appreciated. So, line look these 2 lovely people up, and we'll see you on Sunday, if not before. So take care, folks. For now, talk to you after. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.